Hi Pagan Perspective viewers, it's me, Delia, here on your Saturday subslot for the Pagan Perspective. And this week we are talking about karmic cleansing rituals. Now I myself have not heard of a karmic cleansing ritual because I don't think of karma as something that needs to be cleansed. You either do good things or you do bad things, and if you do good things happen to you. If you do bad things happen to you. You say a mean word and you turn around and stub your toe. It's a reminder to be polite, be kind, be loving, you know. So I wrote down a few little notes when I was watching some of the other subs' videos, and before even looking it up online, which I didn't find anything super helpful online as far as an actual ritual or spell. So I just thought that physical cleansing, chakra cleansing, shadow work I think would be extremely useful in this situation. And, because with shadow work you are getting down to the very, very bottom layer of what the truth for, what's the word? What's bothering you? Gosh, okay, I can't remember the word, but working with shadow aspect and being able to understand your underlying issues, and being honest with yourself and being objective and receptive to those truths that you have to bring up out of these layers. You will no longer be in denial of your own actions, and you will start to take accountability for your actions. And if you're doing bad things and being a bad person and doing things to hurt your body, in the most extreme ways, of course, like abuse, drug abuse, violence, neglect, harmful things to your physical nature. And so now I'm going to look in the Encyclopedia of 5,000 Spells by Judica Ills and see if I can find anything in there on karma cleansing rituals. On page 1082 in the index, there is an anger management spells. Luck and success spells, but in the K there is nothing in here for karma. Works with spells, you kind of make your own thing up as you go along. And what I meant by physical cleansing is, you know, you could physically wipe away any kind of, and then get rid of it. The sound effects help. Just, you know, rub it off, get rid of it, and be like, ah, why am I in a bad mood? And why am I so angry at everybody, or whatever, what's happening deep down inside? And you try to be honest with yourself and figure out what it is. I'll give you an example. Was having a really great day. I was in such a good mood. At the grocery store, a lady cut in front of me, and you know, with a smile on my face, I said, "You totally just cut in front of me." She shrugged and was like, whatever, and she stayed there. She stayed in line. She didn't move. She didn't give me my spot back. So I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. And I stayed in line. Shortly after, within seconds, an employee walks by, says, oh, hey, here, come into my aisle 3. And I went to aisle 3, got done with what I was checking out, and I was done and out of the store before the lady who cut in front of me was. And I kind of took that as a sign of karma. You were being patient. You were being kind. This person wasn't being kind to you, so they had to wait in line a longer amount of time than I did to get their things. Even though she cut in line to think that she was going to get done faster, she did not. I did. And I got out of the store with my stuff and got in the car and was out of the parking lot before she was even done out of the store. So I know it's silly, but that's kind of how karma goes. You stub your toe and you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have yelled at my kid today, or maybe I shouldn't have got mad at my mom. So, anger powder. If peace water encourages peace and war water is a tool of psychic warfare, what does anger powder do? Wrong. Anger powder is used as a banishing agent to dispel angry emotions. And I'm going to butcher this word. Asafoetida? asafoetida, ASAFETIDA, and sulfur are both components of various exorcism formulas. So one can say that anger powder exorcises anger. Of course, another reason it may work is because anger powder smells so foul, everyone will desert the area, leaving no one left to be angry. 4 ingredients here for anger powder: asafoetida, black pepper, chili powder, and sulfur powder. Just for a heads up, you shouldn't be inhaling sulfur fumes. But it does have a spell here for incense. Sprinkle anger powder into lit charcoal and burn as incense. Be sure to provide proper ventilation, and it is not advisable to inhale sulfur flames. That must smell really bad. I've burnt pepper, black pepper, a few times with some of my incense stuff, and it doesn't smell good. I love it smelling with it being ground and cooked with, but to burn it, no, not so much. So yeah, you can see, I don't know, I think that would make me even more angry if I came into my house and it smelled like that. But that's the thing, you'd come in angry going, oh, why does this thing? Anyway, we're not talking about anger, we're talking about karma. If you're doing things in a positive way to really influence the outcome of your life, your existence, and people are like, it's really hard, it's really hard to do that, how am I supposed to do that? And then the suggestions start to flow, and the suggestions are things like, you need to stop hanging out with this particular person. You're just not in a relative space as them anymore. You need to. One of the part of the question here is about getting rid of low vibrations. That means if you are doing, this work within yourself to raise your own vibrations, you're going to start noticing those people in your life that actually bring your vibration down. My own mother, my birth mother, brought my vibrations down so low. I could not function as a normal human being with her around. I wasn't happy when she was around. I was miserable. I was worried what she was going to think about my children. Maybe they weren't behaving in a certain way. I could not behave normally. What was normal for me anyway. So I had to cut her out of my life. Having to suffer through her judgments and the hurtful nature that I eventually said, enough, we're done. I can't do this anymore. Stay out of my life. You're dead. It might seem really harsh, but you need to look at the people in your life and how are they toxic to your life. Our ultimate goal here is to be happy. And if you're not happy, then you're going to notice negative things come your way. So here she has some tips for how do you know when you need to cleanse. Because the very last sentence here says, in addition, cleansing welcomes and makes room for more benevolent, helpful spirits. And how do I know when to cleanse? So here are some tips. Although it may not be necessary for every quick fix spell, formal ritual begins with cleansing. Spells and petitions directed towards spirits are the equivalent of inviting an honored guest to enter your home. Spiritual cleansing beforehand is a measure of respect. Performing cleansing on a regular schedule that suits your needs. If the room doesn't feel right all of a sudden and your dog suddenly refuses to enter the room, this may indicate the need for cleansing. We know about a lot of stuff that we could do for cleansing. There's cleansing yourself with smudge, water, salt, bells. So just, make some noise. Remember what I said about shaking it off and getting rid of it? Areas that are frequently and or constantly the scene of violence or attractions need extra strong cleansing, followed by a protective ritual, which I agree with that. But the thing is, you don't want there to be continuously remaining violence. And so if you're bringing in the violence into your life, what's the word I'm trying to say? it's like letting the scab heal and picking it off just before it's done healing so a new scab forms up. You need to let it actually heal and leave it alone. And so everyone's situation is different, and all of my situations are going to be a little different than yours. Some things might be relatable to everybody, and might not at all be relatable in any way. We're all different individuals with all different ideas and beliefs, and I just hope that you can find what works well for you. And I don't know how many times I've actually sat down and tried to figure out an ending to, but when I begin ritual, I figured out the beginning and I know the middle, and I'm just trying to figure out still to this day, after a year and, what was it, 6 months? Yeah, a year and 6 months as of the 4th of the September here. The 5th of September, whatever. I still can't figure out how to close my ritual. It just feels weird to just say you're done. So you'll work on it. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. I'll figure it out eventually too. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Blessed be.